Okay, so the synthesis starts with either the membrane phospholipids or it can be also carried out by the degradation of diacyl glycerol. If the substrate is a diacyl glycerol, then it is acted upon by phospholipase C, while if it is a membrane phospholipid, it will be acted upon by phospholipase A2. And these enzymes, depending on the substrate, this forms the rate limiting step of the icosanoid biosynthesis, right? And this is the right, and this enzyme require calcium as a cofactor also. So for the reaction to carry out, the enzyme require calcium as a cofactor. So in presence of calcium, what happens? Phospholipid will be acted upon by phospholipase A2, liberating arachidonic acid from the C2, second position, and lysophospholipid, that is the phospholipid without one fatty acid in its structure is known as the lysophospholipid. So the lysophospholipid will be released out while arachidonic acid enters into the synthesis of icosanoid biosynthesis. And if it is a DAG, the DAG will be acted upon by phospholipase C, releasing monoacylglycerol and arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid thus formed will be entering into the pathway. And daily, around 1 milligrams of prostaglandins are synthesized by the body. Prostaglandin, around 1 milligram of, that is a normal rate of synthesis of prostaglandins in an adult human. If the value is found to be elevated, it will be representing, or it will be symbolic of, it will be showing that the body is having some pathological condition, right? So the normal synthetic rate of prostaglandin is 1 milligram, approximately 1 milligram. And once the arachidonic acid is formed, that is, it is a icosa tetraenoic acid, that is 5, 8, 11 and 14. These are the 4 positions where the arachidonic acid is having the double bonds. 5, 8, 11 and 14, right? So we have when we were discussing on before, we have told that the double bonds will be present in the alternate position, that is first position. If you know, for 9 angle 9 plus 3 12, okay, 12 plus 3 15, right? So in case of arachidonic acid, the first double bond is located on the 5th position. So 5, then there is 5 plus 3 8, 11 and 14. These are the 4 positions where the double bonds are present. So it is known as a 5, 8, 11, 14 tetraenoic icosa tetraenoic acid. That is a chemical name of arachidonic acid. This arachidonic acid, now it can be channeled for lipoxygenase pathway, or it can enter into cyclooxygenase pathway. So if the prostaglandins are to be synthesized, then the pathway involved is a cyclooxygenase pathway. So the COX, COX, or cyclooxygenase pathway. So the COX pathway is carried out by a multi-enzyme complex known as PGH synthase, prostaglandin H synthase. So it's a multi-enzyme complex having 2 enzymes in its structure. One is a cyclooxygenase enzyme system and the other one is a peroxidase enzyme system. So these 2 enzyme activities are located in PGH synthase. Now, cyclooxygenase means, what do you mean by cyclooxygenase? Oxidation followed by cyclization. So based on the location where the oxidation is happening, there are 2 different types of COX, that is COX1 and COX2, right? So that is COX1 or COX2. That's depending on the position where the oxidation is happening. That is COX1 and COX2. So the PGH synthase again belong to this step. Based on this COX1 or COX2, PGH synthase is also named as PGH1 synthase and PGH2 synthase. And the most common one is a PGH2 synthase or COX2 pathway. Clear? So PGH synthase resulting in the formation of PGH2. So COX2 is the enzyme. So COX2 activity is followed by peroxidase activity. So that forms the second step of icosanoid formation. That is, the first one is the synthesis of arachidonic acid by the rate limiting enzyme phospholipase A2 in case of phospholipid and phospholipase C in case of diacyl glycerol. That depends on the substrate molecule. So once arachidonic acid is formed, it will be having its fate to carry out the lipoxygenase pathway, or it can carry out the cyclooxygenase pathway. Since prostaglandins are synthesized in more quantities when compared to that of the other compounds, the pathway usually will be cyclooxygenase pathway. And the cyclooxygenase pathway is carried out by a multi-enzyme complex known as PGH synthase, having two enzyme activities, cyclooxygenase enzyme activity and also peroxidase enzyme activity. And again, cyclooxydational cyclization can again of two types. So based on the type, it can be named as COX1 and COX2, and the common one is the COX2 pathway. So PGH2 synthesis happens, right? Now this PGH2 synthesis, what is happening to it? Yeah, this is the phospholipid arachidonic acid, phospholipid containing arachidonic acid, right? This forms the first step, release of arachidonic acid by phospholipase A2, membrane phospholipid having arachidonic acid in its structure. So lysophospholipid will be released out, while arachidonic acid cut off 5, 8, 11 and 14. So this is the arachidonic acid forming the rate limiting enzyme, right? And it is released from this in response to various signals like adrenaline, bradykinin, etc. Now this arachidonic acid thus formed will be now acted upon by PGH synthase enzyme. So PGH synthase having two enzyme activities, cyclooxygenase and peroxidase activities. The first enzyme activity carrying out is a cyclooxygenase. So it is oxidation followed by cyclization. So you need not have to study the structure, you just study the name. So arachidonic acid is converted into the first unstable compound. It's a very unstable compound, PGG2. See, it is a kind of cyclization followed by oxidation. Two oxygen atoms are incorporated. So the first, it is a highly unstable prostaglandin, PGG2. So this, since it is highly unstable, it will be immediately followed by peroxidase activity. Glutathione one, this is a glutathione. So glutathione carries out the peroxidation and converts OOH. Oxygen atoms. So it is this is again immediately converted into the PGH2. So during the synthetic pathway, the first prostaglandin to be synthesized is a PGH2. So it's having a 15th OH group on the 15th position. See, it's having a OH group on the 15th position and a trans double bond on the 13th position. So it belongs to the class of prostanoid. So this is the first prostaglandin to be synthesized. So see, PGH synthase has got two catalytic activities, cyclooxygenase activity and also peroxidase activity. And the first one is the cyclooxygenase activity, resulting in the formation of a highly unstable compound known as PGG2. It's followed by peroxidation, resulting in the formation of an endoperoxide known as PGH2. See, but this is the difference between COX1 and COX2. So arachidonic acid, if it is having PGH synthase with COX1 activity, it results in COX1 acts in platelet functioning, macrophage, renal tract, gastrointestinal tract, etc. While COX2 is responsible for carrying out inflammatory activities. Clear? So based on the need of the body, the type of cyclooxygenase will be coming. Right? If it is an inflammation which is to be carried out, it will be the COX2 activity. While if it is a hemostatic functions, it will be the COX1 activity. Then this is a primary prostaglandin, PGH2. It is followed by the other enzyme, prostaglandin formation like PGE, PGF, PGD, A, B, etc. Right? So that again, the conversion, the interconversions are carried out by different types of enzymes like isomerase enzymes, reductase enzymes, etc. So the PGE synthase, PGH2 will be converted into PGE by means of PGE synthase, and PGH2 is converted to PGD by PG synthase, etc. PGD synthase. And the function, if the inflammatory action, if blood flow has to be increased, then the prostaglandin which is synthesized will be PGE. PGE is one of the most common prostaglandin found in the body. So prostaglandin if vascular endothelium, bloodstream function the PGH2 will be immediately converted into PGE2. PGE2 അല്ലെങ്കിൽ PGI, prostaglandin, prostacyclins and thromboxanes will be formed. So blood vessels act ചെയ്യണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ blood vessels action നടക്കേണ്ടതെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ vascular endotheliumത്തിന്റെ ഒക്കെ relaxation ഒക്കെയാണ് നടക്കേണ്ടതെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ PGH2 will be converted into prostaglandin E, prostacyclin and thromboxanes. While if the site of action is kidney or spleen, then PGH2 will be converted into PGE2 and PGF2 carried out by isomerase enzyme and reductase enzyme. So once PGH2 is formed, PGH2 form ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ അവർ diverge ചെയ്ത് different types of prostaglandins will be synthesized. The other that is PGE, PGF, PGD family, PGB family, PGA family, all of these families are synthesized based on the other enzymes like isomerase enzyme, reductase enzyme activity, etc. Peroxidase enzyme activity, then isomerase enzyme activity, etc. So see, this is a PG arachidonic acid. From the arachidonic acid, cyclooxanase will be acting, resulting in the unstable form PGG2. PGG2 is immediately acted upon by the second enzyme, peroxidase enzyme. So, this action immediately within a fraction of seconds. That's PGH synthesis existing as a multi-enzyme complex. So, PGG2 is formed. This PGG2 is immediately converted into PGH2, the primary prostaglandin. Now, PGH2 based on any body action, which physiological action has to be initiated, that decides which enzyme has to come next. So if PGE2 has to be synthesized, PGH2 will be converted directly into PGE2 by isomerase enzyme. Isomerase difference in the structure difference ആണ്. ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ റിംഗ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിനെ പറഞ്ഞു. ഇപ്പം 9th പൊസിഷനിൽ keto group, ഇവിടെ ഒരു OH group. അപ്പൊ ഈ cyclopentane ring സിസ്റ്റത്തിലാണ് എല്ലാ ഡിഫറൻസുകളും എല്ലാ ചേഞ്ചസും every modifications will be happening only on the cyclopentane ring system. കാരണം ഇത് ഇവിടെ കോമൺ ആണ്. ഇനി remaining structures are the basic structure will be remaining the same. The changes happen mainly in the cyclopentane ring system. So PGH2, if it is acted upon by isomerase enzyme, then it will give rise to PGE2. From the PGE2, by reductase activity, PGF2 will be take place. Appo ivida keto group ayirunnu, aa keto group will be converted into OH. Nammal aa table nokkiyappoഴേ പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. I have shown you a table, right? The PGE, there is a keto group on the 9th position, and 11th position OH will be there. PGF il this keto group is replaced with an OH group. So double bond O undergoes reduction to give OH. So the only difference between PGE and F is that 9th position keto group was in the PGE, while PGF it is a OH. So there is an introduction of hydrogen. Hydrogen introduced in the reaction is a reduction. So the enzyme is reductase. So in case of PGE2, from PGE2 reductase enzyme acts and PGF2 can be synthesized, or PGH2 can be directly carrying out the reduction of PGH2 to give rise to PGF2. Isomerase vadi alladeyum synthesize cheyam, direct item synthesize cheyam. Clear? Appo the main two enzymes involved are the isomerase enzyme and the reductase enzyme. അതുപോലെ PGH2 can be directly acted upon by PGD isomerase to give rise to PGD2. Clear? PGD2. So here what is the change? See, in case of PGE, 9th position keto group, 11th position OH valu. Exact reverse ആണ് PGD. So PGH2 acted upon by PGD isomerase to give rise to PGD2. Okay. Then so these are the main prostaglandins to be synthesized, right? And if prostacyclins has to be synthesized, then the enzyme is prostacyclin synthase. So അതുപോലെ thromboxanes ആണെങ്കിൽ thromboxane synthase. So you need not have to write the structure, you just write out the compounds only and also mention the enzymes. So arachidonic acid acted upon by cyclooxanase to give PGG2. PGG2 peroxidase enzyme converts into PGH2. PGH2 Isomerase acts to give PGE2. PGE2 reduction gives PGF2, or PGH2 isomerase gives rise to PGD2, or PGH2 can directly undergo reduction to give PGF2. And prostacyclin synthesis is carried out by prostacyclin synthase enzyme converting PGH2 to prostacyclin thromboxane